it's unbelievable. So I've actually never been in the stadium, so that's awesome too. But yeah, it's really cool to be a part of this, and obviously a much different time in my life, and it's just crazy to kind of reflect back on your career and where you are today, and think of those days and how nervous you probably were.
Yeah. As someone that covers the Raiders, I want to ask you real quick, you have any thoughts on John Spytek and Pete Carroll, the hires in the Las Vegas Raiders?
Really excited. I mean, I think you look at Spytek, some of the credit he's been given, and the job he's done in that organization, and really just you can hear through word of mouth the excitement guys have about being around somebody and kind of seeing a vision for what they're going to be one day. And there's a lot of that. And then obviously Pete Carroll, I think it's what that organization needs right now. I think they need a steady leader and a guy who honestly is the epitome of like your energy and your passion, and what you bring every single day has an effect on the people around you. So I'm excited for them, because I'm excited to see Pete back in that role, and always somebody that you just have a ton of respect for, and the way he does things and what he gets out of his players. And I'm sure those guys are going to have a good time while also chasing and trying to be the best they can absolutely be every single day.
Have you gotten the chance to talk to any East West Shrine players?
I have not. I just got in town, so I actually, as our Amazon season ended with Thursday Night Football, I finally got a chance to, I took the kids with me a couple games this year, but Mama hasn't been out of the house in a long time, so I took Mama out of the house. We went to New York for the weekend and just kind of did some Broadway and some things she'd want to do for once, and so that was good. It was a good chance. It's like in an NFL season. I feel like we get so busy with Thursday Night Football that when it's over, it's working yourself back in the house and getting back to all the normalcy. So it was good to do that, and now I'm here.
Speaking of being with family, who were you with when you got the news that you were going to be selected to the Hall of Fame?
You know what? I think we were actually traveling on Thursday Night Football when I first got told that we were going to have this, and so they kind of let me know that the next week when I would see the NFL Network and James Slater and them, that they were going to let me know, and so it was really cool. It was, you're in the busyness of the week and getting ready for our games and studying it, and you get this news, and it kind of gets you a chance to pause for a second. I mean, I think that now you spend so much time thinking about the cool memories of playing in the NFL, the things I've gotten to do and be a part of in the community and on the football field and off of it, to reflect back to a time when you had no idea who you really were yet, and you just had a passion with no answers, and a lot of nervousness about whether you'd ever get to keep playing this game or not, and what did your future look like, and when was it going to all end. I think it's wild to go back and think about those times now and say, 19 years ago, whatever it was, how nervous I probably was about when my last snap would happen. And man, if I had any idea it'd be like this, and maybe I would have saved it even more, because it's been quite a ride. So it's a pretty special time.
So 19 years ago, the teenage Whit, if you could look into the future and see the career, the accomplishments, the championships, where you are now as a broadcaster, what do you think that version of you would say looking at this version?
No freaking way this is going to happen. But I would say, honestly, a lot of thank yous, because there's just so many people, and that's what it really made me think about when I found out about this honor, and when I reflect on it now, is the teachers, the coaches, the family that probably gave you a positive word or positive thought or told you could do it, because there's so much of this time, especially when you get into college, you're trying to earn your role and your spot. You have that awesome adventure playing college football, and then that ends, and you really have no idea what the NFL is like. You have no idea what the opportunities are going to be, and whether you're going to stay healthy or whether you're going to get those chances you want. And so there's a lot of starting to doubt yourself and question yourself, because this time's tough. This isn't always just positive. It's every scout, every person's opinion, saying what you can or can't do. And you got to be real careful. As I always tell young athletes, in life and in football and everything else, never let someone else's opinions become your reality. And so you got to be careful to ever let somebody set your own limits, like you set those for yourself. And that'll all be dictated off your passion, your effort, and what you're willing to give and grow. And so to me, when you think of being that age and you think of all those thoughts you had, yeah, you did a lot, but there's obviously a lot of people that probably deserve some credit for the things they poured into you to get you to where you are.
What are your thoughts on this quarterback class? Shore Sanders, Campbell, Jackson Dart. Any thoughts on that?
No, I'm excited, man. Listen, every rookie class, the reality of that process is there's a lot of talented football players that come out of college football every year. They're all going to have their own journey and their own way they're going to get there. I think we can look back to just some of these quarterbacks now, whether it be C.J. Stroud that had an unbelievable rookie year, maybe not as good, as exciting his second year, but eventually he came on this year and still got his chance to have a moment in the playoffs, to compare to Bryce Young, who was another guy, right? Like a year ago, everyone's put him away. Like, oh man, he was number one, but now he's nobody, and he's not going to make it. He's not going to have these things. And then he has this rebound this year where now all of a sudden you believe in him again. And I think the biggest thing there that the lesson is learned with those guys, with every other rookie that's coming in the NFL, like you're all going to have your own journey. Your commitment to that process, your commitment to whether you want to be great, whether you're willing to go through adversity, whether you're willing to go through a time of, man, I don't know who I am, but I'm willing to go kick every door down and find out. That's really what's going to tell the story. And so to me, when I look at those guys, it's going to be no different. Some of them are going to have a faster journey than others, but that commitment to put their head down and chase the best version of themselves is really going to define the rest of their life as a player, as a person, and everything else. Just being willing to get back up, reset the pieces, chase it again every single day. That's what it's all about.
2 more questions.
Telling the story. We're here in Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. I got to know your thoughts on the hire of Brian Schottenheimer. How do you think he's been fair as the Cowboys head coach?
Well, I think the biggest thing I would say is probably if you're a Cowboys fan for forever, you know, maybe you're frustrated with a lot of things, and whether it's Jerry Jones or the process of how they did things last year in free agency or over the last 30 years or whatever it is since you've been to the championship, that's not Brian Schottenheimer's problem, and that's not his fault. The reality of this is, to me, is you can be mad at Jerry at the same time you can be excited for Brian Schottenheimer. And so I think that you're talking about a guy that every guy I've talked to across the league, I've never got to personally play for him, but loves the guy, loves the passion he brings, the dude he is. I've been, he was obviously a Ram at one time, just people in that building loved the guy he was, and then hearing him in Seattle and everything else. So I'm excited. I think we give him his chance and see how it goes. He's obviously somebody that Dak thinks a lot of. I think Dak's an unbelievable human being. What he's done on and off the football field is to be commended. I think a lot of times, unfortunately, we just only talk about what he's achieved on the football field. But I look at a guy who's done a lot. He's won a lot. He's done a lot of things. And then maybe the biggest moments, whether it's him or people around him, they haven't achieved that final goal of winning that Super Bowl or that NFC championship. But the man's accomplished a lot of things. And I know off the field he's done flat-out amazing things. And so I look up to Dak Prescott as a good man. And if he thinks a lot of Brian Schottenheimer, I believe in that. So let's see. In due time, only time will tell. I'm excited to see this guy take his op. If you love football, you're passionate about the game, a guy whose dad coached it, he's been around it, he's passionate about it, he cares about it, it means a lot to him. To me, that's what this sport's all about. Like, let's give him his chance, see what happens, and wish him all the best.
Last question.
What a hoodie is.
Yeah, the hoodie didn't make it today,
Where's
you
the
know.
hoodie, man? Come on.
We can't overuse the hoodie, you know. Sometimes we got to work in it out, you know. That's what you got to get. You got to create the desire for more of the hoodies. So I got to come up with some new looks, some new ways to get it in there. So we'll wait till next year to figure that out.
Thank y'all.